I'm speaking with Jessica Stoner from Remax Alpine Realty. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
We're here to do, I guess, a year-end market review or maybe a year-beginning market review. A number of factors affecting the market for real estate in 2021. What were some of the biggest takeaways from the past year?
2021 was quite unique as far as real estate goes in Canmore. The pandemic definitely affected market demand and market supply. And we had other things that were unique to Canmore as well. We had the Three Sisters area structure plans declined, which means that we have less residential property coming on the market in the next little while. With the increased demand from the pandemic, we have really low inventory right now.
Let's start with the Three Sisters thing. I mean, the ASP was denied, which means that any development up there is going to be pushed farther down the line if it happens at all. I mean, Has there been an immediate effect on the real estate market from that?
It hasn't affected things right now, but given how tight our supply is right now, it's definitely something that we have to be aware of in the future.
At the beginning of the pandemic, there was a real work from home trend that was affecting market prices in Canmore. Does that still persist today?
Very much so. Employers are not only welcoming it, but encouraging it. So we have a lot of people purchasing from the cities in Alberta, and they will either live here and commute to work, or they'll just have a second home where they can work from home for the days of week they're allowed to.
Are there any other pandemic-related things that have affected the market here?
The growing demand. It really created a awareness of Canmore for people in Alberta. So we definitely see more people that have visited Canmore and have really decided that they want to visit more often, which increases our business, which increases our real estate demand.
And what about the effect that retirees have had on the real estate market here in town?
That has always been a very big driving market for about the last 10 years or so. The pandemic has created more people retiring sooner. So they are buying their retirement home now. And for those who are still planning on retiring in 5 or 10 years, they're also buying their home now. Mm-hmm. They see that there is limited land in Canmore. They want to retire to Canmore, and they know they need to get it now.
Do you have any numbers to sort of support the last year in real estate?
Generally, in the market overall, we had a 10% increase in prices. Average percent of selling price to list price, which means what percentage of the asking price sellers are garnering, is 100.44%. That generally means people are getting over asking price when they're listing their property. We also have a 2.47 month supply of inventory, which basically means if no new properties come on the market for sale, we will have nothing to sell in 2.47 months. This is a very, very low number, showing that we have very low inventory.
As we get into 2022 here, I know the Bank of Canada was kind of toying with maybe raising those interest rates again, and then Omicron came around and they're like, let's hold off on that. But I mean, interest rate rises are going to be coming probably sometime this year.
Yes. So for a lot of the market, it doesn't affect them all that much. What it does do is makes it tougher for people to get into the market for the first time. Even a little bit of an interest rate increase just makes it more demanding on first-time home buyers.
Any other trends that you see for 2022? Any sort of crystal ball predictions?
I expect we're going to see more of the same. More demand, because who wouldn't want to live in Canmore? Limited inventory, and just everything we saw in 2020 and 2021, we're going to see more of. Basically, if you're wanting to sell your home right now, it can't be a bad time. If you're wanting to buy, sooner is better than later. We simply expect low inventory and increasing prices, so getting in before the market gets too high is a good idea.
Or maybe like a time machine and go back to like the 80s or something.
That would be perfect.
Right on. Jessica Stoner from Remax Alpine Realty. Thanks for joining me in the show today.
Thanks, Rob.